Good morning, students. Myself, Major Komal Katyal, Department of Zoology, GK Gowani Government College, Bhinmal. Today, in a series of lecture, we will discuss about the animal physiology, and in my first lecture, I will discuss about the introductory part on physiology of digestion. Now, what is nutrition? So we were talking about nutrition. पोषण क्या है? The nutrition include 5 different phases. The phase number 1 is ingestion or intake of food material. Second one is digestion. It may be mechanical or chemical. Third one is the absorption of food material already digested by the animal. Fourth one is assimilation or distribution of the digested and further absorbed food material. And in the last, the elimination or egestion of undigested food material, that is the defecation. पोषण के अंदर 5 अलग अलग प्रावस्थाएं होती हैं। पहला, भोजन का अंतर्ग्रहण। दूसरा, भोजन का पाचन। तीसरा, पचे हुए भोजन का अवशोषण। अवशोषण के पश्चात अवशोषित भोजन का शरीर के अंदर वितरण। और अंत के अंदर जो अपचय, जो जिस भोजन का पाचन नहीं हो पाया, उसका शरीर से निष्कासन या विष्टो उत्सर्जन. Now let us discuss about the definition of all these 5 parts. The ingestion. What is ingestion? It is the process of taking food into the digestive system so that it may be hydrolyzed or digested. The second one, digestion. It is the breakdown of food either chemically or mechanically in order to utilize nutrients. It means what we want to say or how we can define digestion. We are actually converting the available food material into those forms which can be easily absorbed by our digestive system. It means we are converting the macromolecules into micromolecules, and those micromolecules which can be easily absorbed. Say for example, if we are taking the food material in the form of sugar, like say for example, if we are eating rice or potato which contains the starch, our body cannot absorb starch, so we will convert this starch into glucose, and then our body will be absorb glucose more easily. Now the absorption, it is a process of absorbing already digested food material by our circulatory system. Assimilation is the distribution of already absorbed food material to the various body part. It is again done through the circulatory system. And last one, the egestion, that is the removal of fecal matter or undigested part of the food material. Now these are the various types of nutrients, or we can say this slide actually depicts the nature of food stuff, which are broadly classified into 6 categories: carbohydrates, fats or lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals and water. All these type of nutrients or food stuff are required for various purposes. Say for example, carbohydrate supply the body with the energy requirement. The fat is required for stored food energy, while proteins are required for the development of new cells and repair, vitamins generally for maintenance, as well as minerals for maintenance, and water, the universal solvent, for acting as a solvent for various biochemical activities. Now let us look at the human digestive system. We can broadly classify our digestive system into 2 parts. One, the alimentary canal or the gut, and the second, the accessory digestive glands. Human digestive system या मानव पाचन तंत्र में को हम दो अलग अलग भागों में विभाजित कर सकते हैं। एक जो मुख्य पाचन नली है और दूसरी जो पाचक के लिए सहायक अंग हैं, जिनके अंदर आता है यकृत, पित्ताशय और अग्नाशय। Now, the human digestive system, which includes the two clear-cut opening, one the mouth and the second one the anus, one for intake of food material and other for the removal of undigested food material. The salivary glands include the parotid, sublingual and submandibular glands, which are present in the oral cavity, and then the pharynx, which leads to the esophagus. The esophagus finally leads to the stomach, where cardiac orifice and pyloric sphincter are present. The sphincter or orifice are basically responsible for allowing the unidirectional flow of the food material. Then from stomach, the food material goes to the small intestine, and from small intestine to the large intestine. Small intestine has three portions, the duodenum, jejunum and ileum, while large intestine has various colon, cecum, the appendix portion and rectum for storing the undigested food material and then discarding the undigested food through the anus. Now let us discuss about the ingestion. Mouth is responsible for the mechanical digestion as well as for the chemical digestion. As you know, the human being is a mammal in which various types of teeth are present, and these teeth are responsible for mechanical digestion. It means they are responsible for breaking up the food particles into smaller food particles. And when the such type of breaking is taking place in the buccal cavity or the oral cavity, the chemical digestion also begins with the secretion of saliva from three different types of salivary glands. Saliva contains salivary amylase, the ptyalin, which is responsible for splitting the starch. Mucin is responsible for protecting the soft lining of the digestive system, as well as it lubricates the food for easier swallowing, and it neutralizes the acid to prevent the tooth decay. Apart from it, the saliva has certain antibacterial substances which kill the bacteria that enter our mouth or the buccal cavity with the food material. Now, what type of digestion it includes? The mechanical includes chewing, charvan ya chabana, tearing means cutting the food, grinding, mashing and mixing, while the chemical include the enzymatic reaction to improve the digestion of sugar, proteins and lipids. This slide depicts the location of buccal cavity, tongue and various type of salivary gland. The parotid gland marked with the red color, the sublingual gland present below the tongue, then the submandibular gland also there, and there is hyoid bone. Now, what is saliva? So we are talking about the saliva. हम बात कर रहे थे लार के बारे में. Saliva is a common secretion of all the three pairs of gland, that is the parotid gland, submaxillary gland or submandibular gland and sublingual gland. Approximately 1 to 1.5 liters of saliva is secreted per day in a human being, with a specific gravity varies from 1.003 to 1.01, and a pH which is slightly acidic varies from 6.3 to 6.8, and basically it contains water which is approximately 99 to 99.5%. The inorganic salt includes 0.2%, which is sodium chloride, potassium chloride, phosphate, calcium carbonate and calcium phosphate, while the organic salt includes the mucus, ptyalin, lysozyme, which has the antibacterial property, and lingual lipase. These are approximately 0.3%. Now, what are the function of saliva? Saliva performs first the function of digestion, that is, ptyalin converts starch into maltose or limit-dextrin. It is responsible for lubricating the food material entering the buccal cavity, protection of internal lining of the buccal cavity. It facilitates the speech, how you spoke और कैसे हम बोलते हैं. अगर आपकी मुख गुहा एकदम सूखी हो जाती है तो बोलने में बहुत कठिनाई होती है. So it facilitates speech by making our buccal cavity or the oral cavity moist. Cleaning of buccal cavity, it facilitates taste. The taste buds which are present on our tongue and taste pores are responsible for intaking the food material. Thereby we actually determine the taste of food material, and our tongue is capable of determining the 4 different types of taste: sour, bitter, sweet and salty. It has antibacterial action with the lysozyme, presence of lysozyme. Temperature regulation occurs in dogs. It helps in maintaining the water balance. Whenever your mouth or the buccal cavity becomes dry, you feel thirsty and you start drinking water. And it is also responsible for removal of waste. If certain waste material enter by chance to your mouth or enters the buccal cavity, it is removed through the saliva in the form of sputum or spitting. Now, the regulation of the salivary secretion, लार का नियंत्रण. The unconditioned reflex response as well as conditioned reflex response is responsible for controlling the saliva secretion. The unconditioned reflex is due to presence of food material in the buccal cavity. Whenever the food material is present, automatically the salivary gland starts secreting the saliva. The conditioned reflex response is actually secretion due to anticipation of food, the sight, the smell, and even thought of appetizing food which has been learned from previous experience. Conditioned reflex means whatever you have learned previously. Say for example, अगर आपको कोई मीठा पदार्थ भोजन में बहुत अधिक पसंद है, कोई ऐसा व्यंजन जो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा स्वादिष्ट लगता है, उसके देखने या उसकी खुशबू या गंध या उसके बारे में विचार करने मात्र से ही आपके मुंह के अंदर पानी आना प्रारंभ हो जाता है. दैट इज द माउथ वाटरिंग. It is actually the conditioned reflex response, and for which an experiment was performed by Pavlov on dog. The neutral stimulus to the conditioned stimulus. Whenever he gave food material to the dog, he always rang the bell or used the tunic fork. And one time when he used the tunic fork but does not provided the food material to the dog, he observed salivation in the dog. Now mouth, which is responsible for mechanical food breakdown of the food into small pieces. Tongue mixes the food with the saliva, and epiglottis is a flap-like structure at the back of the throat that closes over the trachea, preventing the food from entering it. It is located in the pharynx. Now swallowing and not choking. It means whenever the food materials enters the epiglottis, the flap of cartilage closes the trachea or the windpipe, preventing the food material to enter the trachea, and the food travels down the esophagus with peristalsis movement, as you can see in this slide, the direction of the food material going down to the stomach. Now the esophagus is 20 centimeter long. Its functions include secreting the mucus. It is responsible for moving the food material from the throat to the stomach and using the muscle movement called peristalsis. If acid from the stomach gets here, that is heartburn, and a good way to describe peristalsis is an ocean wave moving through the muscles. So that finishes our first part on physiology of digestion. Thank you.